Craydia helps you create AI-powered vetting processes with survey, meetings, and assessments in 5 minutes and sharing them through a simple link. So throughout the years, it has gotten easier and easier for applicants, especially in the tech field, to apply to different job positions across different platforms. This is true on LinkedIn, this is true on Indeed. Average job position can actually count up to 100, 200, and 300 applicants per job position. So what Craydia helps you to do is create a simple vetting pipeline that you can just simply share with a link to anyone, and people can go through the vetting pipeline, and the pipeline can stop anyone at any point without or with your feedback based on the type of step that you choose your pipeline to be composed of. So if we start now and we show an example, we can see a pretty simple landing page where you can actually go ahead and create your own vetting process. So your vetting process asks you a bunch of information. So for example, what is the kind that we're seeking for? What is the job position actually do? So we can, for example, assume a bunch of sample data. So once we filled in our data, we can move forward in the process and we can get to the next. The next phase will be to add a step to our pipeline. For us, it's mandatory to have a survey as a first step to filter out the majority of the candidates automatically. You will see that taking some time, it generates automatically a survey based on two categories. The first one is experience on the chosen technology, and the second one are AI generated questions for soft skill and hard skill. On the bottom of the form, we can actually see the score. The success score is a number that we use to understand if the candidate actually has passed the survey or not. So on average case, we want the number to be anywhere from 40 to 60, 70. And remember, this is a zero-based test, so the points could actually hit 0. And that causes the survey to have less points. So if we move forward in the process, we see that we get prompted the same screen as before, asking us to add yet another step to our vetting pipeline. So here we can decide what we want to do. We want to directly send an assessment when the survey is passed, or we want to have a meeting first with the candidates. This is up to us. Let's simulate a pipeline with a meeting and then an assessment. The meeting step is very easy. The UI just asks us for a name of the meeting. In this case, we can include explorative meeting and a link. A link can be anything like Calendly, where it's just a link where the user can autonomously schedule a meeting with you. So in our case, let's use a Calendly link. And finally, let's add an assessment step. So the loading might require some time because the assessment is being auto-generated for us through AI. So the assessment, the AI includes the job description and the skills and generates an assessment that is meant to test the skills of the candidate. In this case, we can see that it got generated according to our requirements. So React, Next, and TypeScript are all asked in this assessment. So if we go through it, we'll see build a simple React app using Next.js, using TypeScript, and a bonus to optimize and see if the user can also handle performance changes. We can save this assessment and use it later. Once we are done, we can just move forward and will print us to the step screen again. But this time we're done. We think our pipeline is complete and we can go back to the pipeline screen. This screen is a very simple screen that will show us what pipeline are we on, in this case, React Front-End Mid Developer kind of pipeline, and we can see the applicants. Underneath, you see we have no applicants yet because we need to share the link through this simple pop-up, and it will explain us how you can use this on LinkedIn, but as well as any other kind of job boards or platforms, or directly share it with your applicants. If we spin up another tab, we can see what the user will see when applying to your position. So we'll see a couple of information about your position, the technology required, the kind of budget that you're trying to adopt, and the whole pipeline. So the user and the applicant will be able to visualize what the process is going to look like. So if he clicks on sign up, we will move in forward to the pipeline and actually begin the survey. The survey is very easy, as we remember. If we fill it out, we'll see that if we max out the points and we say that the survey went pretty well, it will automatically prompt us to the next step. So if we finish this survey, we click on submit. It will wait some time and will keep us back to the job board, to the job position information, to then click on the resume process. And if we resume the process, we will see that it will actually output our meeting screen. So in the meeting screen, the user can actually click through the Calendly link and book a meeting on the side. what will happen on the other end is that he will be able to say that he reserved the meeting for specific day at specific time. So if we, for example, we say that the meeting is roughly in 1 month from now, he can say meeting scheduled, and we can say update meeting. So if he updates the meeting at this point, he says we got an email that says that the meeting has been scheduled successfully. And here we can actually start to say it's passed or failed on the meeting details. So if the meeting is passed in this case, well, then we're good because we're moved on to the next step, which is the assessment. What the user will see on the other end is a refresh and actually our assessment. I didn't even need to refresh. This is all real time, but the user, of course, will have a link to always get back to this page. So the user right now is able to look through the assessment and send over a GitHub link to share the assessment with us. So if the user inputs a GitHub link, we can actually ship the assessment. Once the assessment is shipped, we can actually see through the user profile. So if we click through, you can see survey and the details about the survey, so question and answer, but you can also see assessment. And in the assessment, you will have the GitHub link dedicated that will bring you to the GitHub page where you can actually see and review the assessment. Once the assessment has been reviewed, you can go back and you can say, well, it passed. If it passed, you can finally make an offer and your recruiting is finished. You can do this with as many users as you want. And of course, it will help you through the process being very quickly and being very simple. And the user on the other end will always see a response to your action in real time. So if we now move here, we can see that he's waiting for an offer from the business. The business can also make an offer very, very quickly. We can say, well, it's 60,000 per year and we're in the budget salary. So we send over the offer. He gets updated again, and he now will see the offer. He is able to accept it or refuse it. And if he accepts it, he finally gets in and we got hired candidate. So if we go back to our vetting list, you can see that we got an hired React front-end mid developer. And in the search, we can always find him. If we look for React, for example, you will see all your applicants right here.
Another important feature we just added is the ability to actually upload your own resume through this simple button that it will open up your own document manager, and you will be able to go through it and update whatever CV you have in a PDF format. And what we will do is let the AI run and scan the data in your CV so that you can easily always access the candidate's data and review at any given time. So what you will get is this page where you will be able to see where to contact the applicants very quickly. You will be able to see the main skills of the candidates with the years of experience, but you will also be able to see a downloadable CV and some information derived by his location added to the CV with the language and the actual location. So another important feature is the ability to add a selection. What a selection does is basically ask you for a job position, and what it will give back is an evaluation over some of the applicants that you already have in your DB, whether they were applicants that come through a talent assessment or are applicants that you manually imported through the CV, and you can do that very easily through this button. You can go through and fill your own form with data that you need. Once your form is filled in with data from a normal job position, so you can see that I imported a job position and some of the skills that we require for this specific job position and a budget, what you can do is you can go ahead and create a selection. And what you can do at this point is either manually match imported CVs against this job position by doing so, clicking here and clicking, for example, here. And doing this will simply take your CV, take the CV of the applicant and understand whether he's a good fit or not. Or what you can do is you can turn on automatic matching, and what this feature will do is you will automatically scan your database, understand which applicants are a good fit for this particular job position, and it will try to apply them and give you an explanation over why or not they are a good fit with an important scoring point so that you can understand who are the ones that actually match and were the ones that kind of rank a little bit better of the others. And you also have a summary explanation. So that's everything. This is a feature more for recruiters, but yeah, that's everything.